Hello guys, and welcome to another yet exciting video brought to you by Learnity. I hope you all are excited about this video because in today's video we are going to be talking about the role of central banks in the foreign exchange market, and we're going to be looking at how this can actually impact our trading decisions and how the bank policies impact different currency values. Before we dive into the video, I want to remind you that you can always gain amazing reward with us at Learnity by participating in the rewards program. Now, all you simply need to do is visit Learnity's homepage. Make sure you have an account. If you do not have an account, you can actually use the link under this video to sign up, register your account, head on to the reward section and watch those amazing videos, get your Learnity tokens, and then redeem your rewards. So waste no time, use the link in the description below, head on and start earning your rewards now. So when we talk about the rules of central bank in the foreign exchange market, the first thing we want to understand first is what are the central banks, right? So the central bank is like a big boss of money in a country, right? They are the one who controls how the money flows in the economy, and they usually do everything to make sure that things are stable in their countries, all right? Like prices of different assets or different commodity, jobs, and other valuable things that are very, very important to the country. All right, so because this actually represents the value of that country's currency, so they make sure that everything is stable. All right, one of their major roles is monetary policy implementation. Now, the central bank sets interest rates which actually influence the value of their currency. All right, so different central banks, like I just listed seconds ago, like the Federal Reserve, they actually set the interest rate for the United States dollar. And by adjusting this interest rate and other monetary tools, the central bank aims to control inflation and economic growth and also employment level. Now, when they raise this interest rate, people actually get more return when they save money in that country, which means it is going to attract foreign investors to want to put more money so that they can earn more interest in that economy, all right, or that country's currency, which is also going to increase the value of that country's currency. All right, so by increasing the interest rate, it is going to also in turn increase the value of that currency because it will be in high demand, and then also lowering the interest rate might make the currency to lose value, but this is not always the case. Now, there are so many reasons why the central bank might want to reduce their interest rates. Maybe because they want to boost business activities in the economy and they want more people to come borrow money from the commercial banks. All right, they can actually reduce this interest rate so that they boost that economic activity and they get the economy flowing easily. Now, the second rule of the central banks in the foreign exchange market is currency intervention. All right, so sometimes a country might want its currency to actually go up a little but not too high, or go lower a little but not too low, or they might want to stop inflation or another thing. All right, so what they actually do in this case is that they actually intervene in their currency. And how do they intervene? They usually buy or sell their own currency in the foreign exchange market to stabilize and influence this exchange rate. All right, so when they buy their currency, they are actually buying it to make it stronger, and when they sell their currency, they are actually selling it to make it weaker. Now, remember, we said that sometimes a country might want its currency to go a little bit high or a little bit low to just boost business activity and make sure there is economic stability in the country. All right, this is the reason that they might want to actually sell their currency to make it a little bit weaker, or even buy it to make it very strong. Now, the third point is the foreign exchange reserve management. All right, so this central bank actually hold reserves of foreign currency. For example, the Central Bank of Nigeria can hold reserves like the United States dollar, euro, or even Japanese yen or the Great Britain pound. Now, there are various reasons for them doing this. All right, they are doing this to support their own currency during volatility or during market tension. All right. Sometimes it might be to settle international debt, sometimes it might be to maintain the confidence of investors, and other times it might be to influence exchange rates when necessary. All right, so the central banks actually keep a large amount of foreign currency so that they might do these various activities and support their own countries. Now, imagine Nigerian naira is crashing. All right, the central bank can actually use its USD reserve or the dollar reserve to buy naira and bring back the strength of the Nigerian naira. So this is one of the examples where having these reserves actually play a very big role in maintaining the country's strength. Now, the next point is that they influence the market with words. All right. Now, this is actually interesting because sometimes the central bank do not need to do anything. They might just make a statement and the market will react to that statement or that announcement they're actually making. Now, what we usually call this is forward guidance, or we call it jawboning. All right. So this is just a use of words to move the market without taking any action. Now, for example, they might make a release or a statement that they might increase the interest rate next month, and then you see traders actually starting to buy that currency in anticipation for the value of that currency to actually gain strength. All right, so this is just one of the ways that they also influence the foreign exchange market by making these announcements and jawboning, and traders usually watch out for this so that they can anticipate what is to come in the future. Now, why do we care as Forex trader about the rules of central bank in the foreign exchange market? Now, we need to understand that the central banks are the most powerful players in the game because they actually get to set and determine the interest rate. They make that decision on their own, and most of the times their decision moves the prices. Their words can affect our expectation, and last but not the least, understanding the central banks and their measures actually help us trade smarter. All right, because if you know that they are about to increase interest rates, it might actually give you an edge and anticipation that this country's currency might actually gain value in coming times. So you might want to anticipate that and prepare yourself getting into the market to want to buy that currency. Now I'm going to show you guys how you can actually get or view some of these central bank announcements, central bank policies that you can actually use to trade alongside so that they can actually help you understand better and make more better trading decisions. So particularly where I go to get my information about the foreign exchange market and the central banks and everything related to the foreign exchange market is usually on forexfactory.com. Now you can easily go on your web browser, search for forexfactory.com, and it should redirect you to this page. All right. And once you are here, the easiest way you can actually do it is to search for the interest rate. All right. So once you type on interest rates on this search box on the top right corner and you click on search, it should bring in every news related to the interest rate. Once you click on that, you are going to see the interest rate of the US federal rate and basically anything that has to deal with interest rate. Now you can click on most recent or most relevant to actually choose which one works better for you. Now say for example you are one who trades the major pairs. All right, you need to always focus your attention on the US fund rate or the US interest rate. All right, so if you come here and click on interest rates, you'd see so many news results from different countries interest rates, like you can see for different countries. All right, so because we are more focused on, or because personally I'm more focused on the major pairs, I would like to know what the Federal Reserve and what their interest rate is. And once I click on that news, I'll be able to see everything that is in relation to the federal funds rate, which is also called the interest rate. Now the previous announcement was a 4.50, and we have another upcoming announcement on the July 30th, 2025, and there's also a forecast for it to remain the same. All right, so what we want to do is we want to actually have this in mind and also look at the history of the interest rate. Has it been increasing or has it been decreasing? All right, that is what we want to know, and that is how we plan ahead of how to use this, because if we actually see an increase in the interest rate, it might be indicating to us that the value of the United States dollar might get strong in future times, and we want to actually see that happening in price action. Now, one important thing to note is that the rate decision is usually priced into the market, and sometimes it tends to be overshadowed by the FOMC statement. Now, what this means is that once the rate decision is announced, it doesn't immediately affect the current price action. So it actually has an impact over time. All right, and then when there is also an FOMC news statement or FOMC news release, it might also affect the significance of that rate decision. So you want to actually be aware of that and not just go into the market trying to buy everything because there was an increase in interest rates. All right, this interest rate policy and everything is usually priced into the market over time. So it is more of a lagging indicator that shows you how to, plan ahead and what to expect in the coming months or in the nearest future. And that is how you want to use these interest rates policies and announcements. And so guys, this brings us to the end of this video. Remember, there is a 5 free day Forex training program ongoing at Learnity. So if you are just starting out, you're a beginner in the foreign exchange market and you need some information to guide you through on how to get started in the foreign exchange market, this is your opportunity to tune in, sign up and register for the 5-day free Forex training program ongoing with Learnity. All you need to do is use the link in the description below. Make sure you register and secure your spot because I promise you it is going to be fire. So use the link in the description below now. Make sure you sign up and make sure you save your spot. And if you also want to know more about other policies that you might want to use in confluence with the interest rates to know about the economic stability of a country or carry out fundamental analysis, then I suggest you give us a follow on this page here on YouTube, and also you can follow us on our social media handle on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. All right, but do well to give this video a like if you've enjoyed it, and make sure you click that subscribe button. If you're a first-time subscriber, you are very much welcome and would like you to come back and visit our page more often. And remember, you can shoot us an email at coinlearnity@gmail.com or give us a call at the phone number displaying on the screen. And until I come your way again, remember to always trade well and trade safe.